What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Darian, this is Jeremy, and we are
D&J React.
Today we have a more long-form video for you guys. This one is BTS or ROCKSTARS, a video essay. So every Monday and every Wednesday, we're going to start doing long forms. So documentary, behind the scenes, just some of the stuff that these companies put out, like sometimes maybe the shows or just whatever that's more long form that gets us more familiar with the band itself. We'll be doing that for now. So Monday and Wednesdays long form until we can get a new computer and a new setup that can manage the live streams that we want to do on Monday. We can't do it now, but we did start a GoFundMe. So if you guys could go over there and just donate $1, we have 6,000 subs, so $1 would help a lot to be able to get us the right equipment so we could start doing lives every single Monday. But for now, we're gonna stick to doing long form content every Monday and Wednesday. Let's jump right into it, not to waste any time. And also stay tuned till the end because we're gonna have a recap and go over what we learned.
All right, let's get it.
Yeah. I love rock music. Actually, my favorite music genres are rock, metal, and their subgenres. But my favorite artist is actually BTS. This may be surprising because BTS music catalog includes a lot of music genres, but they don't do a lot of hard rock. They do have songs with rock elements.
Oh no.
So I don't know if you've been paying attention up in the top right corner. It's got the song and then the year the songs came out.
Mm-hmm.
You notice like the beginning was kind of like pop rock, still kind of soft, but like as the years are progressing, they're like getting harder and harder. The sounds and the guitars and stuff coming in.
I wonder what their creative process is too, because they have such a diverse, I don't know.
Well, I think
it's
it
all
helps.
so different, and it all sounds. It's just so far apart from each other. Like, I wonder if they sit in a room, kind of like how South Park sits in a room and they just stay in the room
brainstorm.
and brainstorm. And
I think it's due to the 7 members. You got 7 people, and I'm sure they all have different things that they like, and they bring it all together. So, like, you got rappers in there, you got people that are into pop, some probably into some type of rock or metal elements, and they kind of just piece it all together to come up with these amazing sounds.
Yeah, because, I mean, everything sounds completely different from each other, and like you said, it's just progressively gets harder and harder over the years.
Yeah.
But, I would love to know what their creative process is, and if they do listen to the same stuff that we do as far as rock goes, because some of their harder stuff, I'm like, how did they think of that? Like, they would have to have listened to some of the rock that we have over here to be able to get some of those concepts.
Well, that, and I mean, I know they write all their own music, but I wonder if they have like other bands that they're friends with that have influence on them as well. You know what I mean? Because like when I was a musician, I was playing in a band. Dude, I had friends around me that had bands and different styles of music, and I would pick things from different people that I saw, things that I liked, and incorporated that into my drumming style.
It seems like that's a very common thing to do inside of the music industry, because if it's just you all the time, you're gonna get
it's gonna get stale.
Yeah,
you can only think so much. You've got to look externally, find other things from other genres, and take those little elements that you like, and then bring it in and make it unique, make it your own.
Right. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
See, that's so different.
It's got that like hard metal guitar, but then the rap behind it.
Yeah, like the beginning songs are like, and then like, it's like
right,
yelling
it
and
just
stuff.
comes in all aggressive.
Yeah. So different.
It's almost like a synthesizer type guitar, just
Yeah.
really hard grind to it.
But these songs were not the ones that made me an ARMY. Actually, the song that first caught my attention was the disco funk bubblegum pop anthem Boy With Love.
Which that's so weird for her to say, because as like a rock fan, how is that the first song that's like, man, this is...
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me, because like we've listened to some of the other songs that were kind of poppy, and it kind of caught our eye, but it wasn't like the thing that really kicked it off. It wasn't until we got into some of the harder songs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
like,
for her to pick this song as like, oh my God, that's the one that drew me in, I don't understand it.
I don't either.
I don't know, maybe there was something that really caught her eye, I guess.
To be more specific, I got interested in BTS after watching the live performance of Boy With Love at M Countdown. At first, I didn't really understand why this specific performance got my attention. I
Neither
didn't
do we.
understand why BTS got my attention. What I'm about to say are just dumb stereotypes. But how can a performance of 7 men dressed in pink doing a choreography to a very poppy pop song be cool to a rock audience? Why did this make me a fan? It made no sense. But after years of learning more and more about the group and interacting with the fandom, I realized that it makes a lot of sense, and that I'm not the only one. There are many ARMYs who consider rock music their favorite genre, but they are still fans of BTS. This is just my opinion, but I think this is because BTS gives so many rockstar vibes without necessarily having the conventional rockstar music. Despite seeing rock fans and metalheads reject them at first, just like I did, I now notice that BTS keep attracting this community. Here's why I think this happens. I love watching rock concerts and performances because they are insane. No matter what they're singing, you can expect a lot of energy, live vocals, and a real passion for performing. To be more specific, I see that both BTS and my favorite rock bands get into character. They feel the music so much that they forget about everything else. They are determined to...
I do have to agree with that point.
Yeah.
Like when you see
100%.
rock concerts, it's like just all out hardcore energy, just nonstop.
Emotion.
Yeah.
Like hardcore emotion the whole time.
And they definitely have that in all of their performances. That just not just the music video, but especially on the live performance when they're on stage.
They give it all.
They just go all out.
It's crazy to watch. I wonder if they do like watch other, like rock bands live and watch how they sing, and like kind of like how I would watch people like back in the day lift and stuff, and I would want to mimic them to get better at what I'm doing. I wonder if they do the same exact thing.
I'm sure over the years they do. Like I said, as a musician, you take little pieces and elements of other types of music and genres, and you bring that in and you kind of make it your own.
Right.
So I'm sure they've done that as well.
Their performances are crazy though. It's just like
it's pretty intense.
Raw, everything they've got, and like I feel like they put themselves mentally in a spot where they like really do get emotional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree, man.
They get.
And you can see it. You can see it on stage, like just in their facial expressions.
Yeah. Sometimes they cry and stuff. Yeah. Like they really get into it.
Definitely.
to put on a show. They perform like it's their last. Also, whether they like to admit it or not, there is a lot of thought in those concert outfits. If it's not masks, it's extravagant outfits or crazy makeup or unique hair colors or something different. The same way there's thought to BTS's outfits and stages. There is a theme and a different aesthetic every time. In pop music, this is quite...
That's the one thing I do wonder about, if they actually come up with the themes, you know what, for the stage performances or for the videos and the costumes, or if they have, you know, a whole team behind them that actually creates that image for them.
Well, I don't know, because every time I ask questions like this, they're always so quick in the comments to be like, no, they write everything.
Well, the music,
you know.
yes. I'm talking about the visual, like the clothing and, you know, what you see on stage around them. Like, if they have the say or input into what that outfit's going to look like, what the stage is going to look like, you know what I mean?
That would be
Or
crazy if they pick their own dances, their own song, their own clothes, their own
lyrics,
stage, like the theme of the stage, like, bro, that would be...
I mean, I'm sure they have a say in it, but I wonder if they actually do all of that themselves, or if they have a team behind them that helps to put together the outfits and the color coordination of everything.
It's hard to do everything by yourself.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have some kind of help, because the amount of songs they've come out with, the amount of performances they've done over the last, 12, 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, you have to have some kind of help, man. I mean, there's so many moving parts in their industry that you have to be so creative every single time. And I feel like after
a big team behind them.
Yeah, after like a decade, it would be hard to come up with new stuff all the time.
True.
But yeah, I'm sure they have outside help for sure.
That's cool.
Let us know down in the comments.
To find with male singers. Female singers and rappers are usually the ones who care about looking good on stage, as well as rehearsing to give a performance worth watching, because people are paying to see them. But I don't always see the same energy from male singers. Male pop singers usually go on stage with an outfit you can wear to the supermarket and occasionally bring out
they're just shitting on them.
That really is true, though. I mean, when you get like these guys, like your typical pop rock singers, it's blue jeans, a t-shirt, they just come out, they sing, they do their thing. There's not really a whole lot of thought behind the image of it. But then you get into like the pop groups and like the BTS, and then you've got the theatrics and everything. Like the stage presence has to be on point, the visuals.
I feel like she's right. Like the guy that's on right now is kind of, they're just kind of lazy with it.
Yeah.
You know, like they don't put, like you said, much thought or effort into it. They just come out with their guitar, they sing their song, they're not really moving, vibing, or dancing. It's kind of just I mean, after you watch BTS and then you look at an artist like this, you're like, man, they're fucking boring, dude. It doesn't even compare.
I don't know. Totally different.
A guitar. I'm not saying that this is bad, but it's not exactly what rock fans and armies are looking for. Powerful energy, practice, and some thought to the presentation of the performance matter to most successful rock bands and BTS. And the size or importance of the stage doesn't matter. Whether they are at a small venue or a huge concert, they give their everything. I see a lot of people saying that they don't understand how BTS can dance those difficult choreographies in sync while singing live and changing formations all the time. To the extent that
that is true, man. Just to do like a live performance singing and being able to dance and choreograph everything that you're doing and just the physical movement. I don't know if you've like just talking to somebody while you're walking.
Or if you're like
your voice
and trying to sing at the same time, your fluctuates every time
your voice stutters and stuff, but yet they're on point, like perfect pitch every time.
That's a lot of practice, dude. That shit doesn't happen overnight. I mean, they gotta, like, they probably have to use their core a lot when they're singing to keep their diaphragm a certain way so that their voice doesn't tremble every time they jump or twist their body and moving around.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, man.
Yeah, there's so many, like I said, there's so many moving parts they're always practicing to get it perfect.
Hundreds
and
and
they
hundreds.
think of every tiny little detail. You can see it in their performances. It's insane.
Well, like they were saying, it's like hundreds of hours literally of just practice and practice.
That's their whole life, dude.
Yeah,
That's all they do.
Non-stop.
make it seem easy, like they were born with all this talent, when in reality there were hundreds of hours of practice. The same way a rock band can have the illusion that they are careless, they are punk, they don't need practice, they don't care about anything.
Hey, I'm bored! I'm bored! Over the fuck! Fucking park! fucking everywhere. I don't fucking know.
They don't even know where they're
But
at.
to make all of the instruments and live vocals sound good, as well as having a good presence on stage that feels like one cohesive group, they had to have a lot of practice. Both BTS and rock bands care about being impactful in...
Was that corn? That's corn, right?
Yeah, that's corn.
What does Boris City know about corn?
She likes heavy metal. They just said
She-
that.
she-
In the beginning, said it was she was a rock and heavy metal fan.
It's so weird to like. It's not weird. It's just hard for me to picture like Asians listening to like hardcore like metal, like corn and stuff. But
Well, they have metal bands. I mean, we just did one, Baby Metal.
I know,
the
but
other
it's yeah, true. But that was like about Gimme Chocolate and what corn.
Yeah, but
sings
they, I
about
mean,
is,
they
like,
have, I know, that's pretty hardcore, but they do have metal bands over there that, you know, sing about the same stuff Korn sings about,
True.
you know?
I
We
guess
just
I'm
haven't, we
not
haven't
too
experienced.
familiar. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with it. So it's like foreign to me. It's not that it's like weird. It's just very new to me. So it's
Yeah, we
hard
just
for me
haven't
to
experienced
picture
it.
another culture listening to the same hardcore like grungy shit
Yeah.
that we listen to.
I
But
wonder if they actually listen to Korn or any of that over there.
I feel like they would have to, because like where else would you get inspiration to do shit like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, like, I mean, it's so not
I
demonic.
mean, the
or
U.S.
anything,
can't
but-
be the only one that has heavy metal. I mean, obviously you have them over in Europe and in other
Oh,
countries
yeah.
as well.
Yeah. I don't know. It's my opinion.
giving an impression. And to do this in the most honest way, they do it through live performances. Because anyone can fool the audience with an amazing music video. But to prove that they are good performers, they put a lot of thought and hours of practice to their live performances. I don't know if this happens with other people, but I genuinely think that some live versions of BTS songs and my favorite rock and metal songs are better live than in the studio. Because it may sound less perfect, but it can feel more real and interesting.
I agree with that. 100%. That sounded
Yeah.
good. Like I did
I
sound-
like it better live, man.
That's why like we do so many lives, because it's more enjoyable to see how
Yeah.
they really are in person, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
I know they keep asking us for some of the music videos and stuff, but I really like the live performance. I want to see what they can actually do.
yeah.
See them on stage actually going for it, you know?
Yeah, because it's raw, it's, you know, unfiltered. You
Yeah.
know, you can see like how good somebody really is when they're live
Yeah.
in front of everybody, when they
Exactly.
got the pressure of the world basically on them that day. And
Yeah, you got thousands and thousands of people watching you right there live on stage. You can't screw up.
yeah, I mean, they
You know,
paid
you're not in
for
the
it
studio
already.
where you can keep doing retakes. It's a one shot.
That shit's a lot of pressure, dude.
It
I can't
is.
imagine.
It is.
But they practice for hundreds and hundreds of hours. I mean, it's at
It's
that
just
point it's
routine.
probably just repetition for them. They,
Yeah.
you
It's
know,
the same thing when you were lifting, you know? You
Yeah.
spend hours upon hours in the gym every
and
day.
people would be
every
like,
week.
dude, how do you make that shit look so easy? And it's just like
Just
you
practice.
don't. With anything with humans, if you do it over and over and over again, it's gonna look real easy to someone who's just starting.
Exactly.
Like that's for anything in life.
Yep. It just comes with time and practice.
Yeah.
Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Go get it, go get it, go get it, go get it, go get it. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Go get it, go get it, go get it, go get it, go get it. Time to jump right.
My point is that both BTS and rock bands have extreme, complicated, well-rehearsed, passionate, impactful performances. Being boring is not an option, and you can see it on the audience's response.
That was like a show that I've never seen in my life. I've been to so many concerts, I've seen festivals, I've seen like massive productions, but that dwarfs every other show I've ever seen in my life. I don't even know how to compare that to anything I've ever seen.
I know that some people may say, well, extreme, well-rehearsed performances are common in all of K-pop, and that is true. I'm going to ignore those groups we all know are very lazy and don't like to perform. I'm going to ignore that lip-syncing or singing with loud, pre-recorded vocals are extremely common in K-pop. With all of that out of the way, it's known that K-pop groups in general practice a lot for their performances. But the reason why I care about BTS specifically is because there is a very heavy personal identity the members have with their music. To be more specific, they identify themselves with their lyrics. This may sound like an obvious thing, but let me explain why I found this surprising. There is this popular topic in K-pop regarding noise music. This is usually music that is out of the ordinary and that sounds very extreme. It's usually EDM and dubstep, but it's considered experimental. The first description may attract listeners like me because I love listening to people scream with a bunch of instruments being loudly played in the background. But K-pop's noise music is seen in a negative light because it's loud and too much without any reason to be. On the other hand, I feel like rock and metal are emotions coming to life. The songs are intense because feelings are intense. These extreme songs have a purpose and a meaning, and you can more easily recognize what the song wants to say by reading the lyrics. And yes, I'm saying reading the lyrics because even though most rock fans listen to rock music in their language, sometimes these intense genres have unintelligible lyrics.
He's not even saying anything.
That truly is unintelligible at all. I mean, there's just nothing there as an actual word.
No, he's just like kind of beatboxing in like a different way that I've never heard before. Right. That song specifically, he's like, I've never heard someone.
There's no way to translate that.
He took like the beat out of beatbox and just did it with his voice instead.
English is not my first language, so I was always open to foreign music. This is why I consider reading lyrics part of the listening experience. Sometimes you may even understand what the singers are saying, but reading the lyrics of a song makes you concentrate exactly on the message and your interpretation of it. I'm not saying that it's always like this, but the rock songs I happen to listen to have amazing lyrics most of the time, and the live performances are those lyrics coming to life. The same way BTS's music has 7 unique songwriting styles that work cohesively and that feel authentic and natural on stage. Different artists can practice their performances, but they won't truly connect with the audience if lyrics don't matter. You can do the most complicated choreography the world has ever seen, but if the song and lyrics are not there, music fans that care for some kind of connection and real emotion won't be satisfied by their magic tricks on stage. BTS cares about their lyrics and correctly interpreting those lyrics on stage. We know that RM is the literal definition of a poet. Suga has been writing for himself and others way before being in BTS.
That's true though, because like some of these K-pop bands that we've reacted to, you know, like the Gimme Chocolate one, like the lyrics don't really mean much of anything when you really read what the lyrics are. And
well, that's what I was telling you. Like when we listen to the song, like I like the beat and the vocals, like the sound of the vocals sounds really cool and like enticing. But then when you read the lyrics, you're like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's almost
it means nothing.
The opposite magnets that, you know, push apart, you know? It's like that. It's like, damn, I really like the beat and stuff, but the lyrics are so dumb, it draws me back away from everything. And it's like kind of contradicting itself. Yeah. Whereas like she's saying, like, people don't care to see your tricks on stage. They want to feel emotionally attached to the song, and they want to feel
it has
something.
To have some kind of meaning to it.
Yeah, because if you can relate to your audience, they're going to keep coming back for more, because that's what attracts them to you in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Hope quickly became one of the most respected songwriters in South Korea, and the vocal line, Jin, Jimin, V, and Jungkook learned how to write music fast because they care about bringing a meaningful message to the group and correctly interpreting this message in their live performances. For all of them, lyrics matter because lyrics are emotions and stories and messages.
Personally, huge connection with the theme and the lyrics that they're talking about. It made me think of the first song that we wrote together.
BTS is kind of like in a area of genre where I wouldn't really mess around in, but something about the way that they write and the way that they make their lyrics flow and everything like that just keeps me really hooked in, which doesn't happen a lot with like a hip-hop or like poppy side, you know?
Yeah.
Really intrigues me. They're great songwriters, and the fact that they're making me just want to slam this song out 50,000 times in a row is impressive.
The vocal line for me, I was like, you know, it seems like it's going to be more poppy, and I'm not really into pop music very much, so that was the thing that I was nervous about. But then whenever I heard Epiphany, I was like, damn, pop music can actually carry a very deep message and something that I needed to hear at the time. And so like that was a changing moment for me being a fan of theirs.
The BTS members write about themselves and their perceptions of the world. This is why their albums always reflected the stage of life they were going through. During their school years, they wrote about school. When they entered adulthood, they wrote about youth. If they live something, they write about it. Their songs usually have an easy and relatable message that
I want to go back just... So these are the different albums. This is what she's talking about. So they had sections where they were in school, their youth, temptation and growth, self-acceptance, artistic identity, pandemic. Oh, so that was during the pandemic when they were writing for that, the legacy.
Personal and artistic identity, peace and despair as identities, liberation as a blessing and a curse, fronting one's true self.
That's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Huh.
If something, they write about it. Their songs usually have an easy and relatable message that doesn't require much thought, as well as a deeper, complicated meaning that requires some analysis. This is why so many armies, including rock fans, take the extra step of reading lyrics by a translator who gives context. Because I'm not joking when I say that this can be multi-layered poems with tons of wordplay that need interpretation and references about books, movies, traditions, movements, and different events that happen in South Korea and the world. This is how their music became some kind of social commentary. Just like with rock music, BTS has the occasional love song here and there, but most of their music has some kind of social commentary. Whatever the social or political message is, this is extremely common in rock and metal music.
That's true. Most rock is about political bullshit that's going
Something
on.
they're fighting for.
Yeah. It's always about that, isn't it?
Seems like it, yeah. You're definitely not talking about love stories, you know, in rock and heavy metal. It's pretty rare that you would hear that. It's typically some kind of fight, you know, for authoritarianism or something like that.
Rock is more dark. Like, it's
Yeah.
more about, like, either, like, a terrible relationship, drugs, politics, you know, something, like, really effed up that happened to them.
Very true.
Yeah.
Definitely about war.
War, too, for sure.
You see a politician and you start to pull your hair. You wanna tell them what you think they fucking care.
Let's bring you the horizon.
The same way BTS debuted with the mission of sharing social messages. And although some people say that BTS doesn't care about social commentary or impactful lyricism anymore, that is completely false and shows how a big part of the general public and K-pop fans don't read lyrics by themselves. They just repeat what others are saying. In every single album, from their first one to their most recent one, they have dealt with topics related to psychology, philosophy, politics, and society. BTS's rebellious lyrics were one.
I wish Suga would do more of those videos, dude.
They're pretty awesome, huh?
Dude, they're fucking sick.
They're like little mini movies.
I was like locked in the whole entire time with like that Batman scene that he did with the Joker part where he's hanging out the window in the taxi. That shit was so hard.
His videos are seriously intense, man.
Did you immediately get that reference when Suga did that?
Yeah, we talked about that in the video when we did it. We both kind of caught it at the same time, stopped, we were talking about it, remember?
I've been waiting. I hope he comes out with more shit like that.
I'm sure he will.
One of the main reasons why a group from a very small label with zero industry support got the attention of many. This type of success story is also common in rock music because the mainstream music industry doesn't pay as much attention to rock bands as they do with pop solo acts. So BTS's first trilogy of albums, known as the School Trilogy, attracted a lot of rebellious students and young people since the songs were about many topics related to school life as well as criticism on the education system and expectations society enforces on adolescents. As the years passed, BTS started incorporating psychological concepts to their songs, attracting listeners who look for music that talk about mental health problems. And again,
I'm sure in their culture and society, their first school album probably like hit so close to home for those people over there in like Korea and I mean any part of Asia really, because don't they usually enforce like, hey, like go to school, become a doctor, or become like a lawyer or dentist or something like that?
They seem to be a lot more strict with their students over there than we are.
Yeah, because I have a lot of Asian friends and they're always like, yeah, my dad wants me to be like a doctor. Or like our friend Vu, he's like, my dad wanted me to be a doctor so bad, but instead he became like a stock trader and now he's like a millionaire, opened a bunch of businesses, but his dad still like always has that little grudge that he's not a doctor.
Exactly.
And like his sister is, and you know, so that kind of probably resonated with a shitload of people over there in those countries.
All the kids at that time, you know, they were in school listening to that.
They have their own dreams and aspirations, and their parents are like, cut that shit out.
Yep.
Yeah, no, you're going to be a doctor.
No, I'm not.
Imagine that's probably what their parents did to them, too. And now look at them. They became the biggest artists in the world.
Yeah, they didn't listen, went their own route.
Smart.
This is also very common in rock music. The same way BTS has written about depression, anxiety, grief, loneliness.
They probably do feel like somewhat depressed and isolated sometimes because, like, think about it, as a star, like, people just automatically love you because you're a star, but like for us normal people, like people have to get to know us and our personality to truly like us. So the fact that so many people like them instantly without knowing anything about them really probably feels so like hollow and not real.
Right, yeah, because I mean obviously and well, the other thing too is you're kind of isolated. I mean, you're protected by your management company. You're kind of isolated from the main public. Yeah. So you don't really truly get to connect, other than probably online. I'm sure they
online
connect,
or like,
but not in like a true one-on-one connection with people.
You can't, dude. You'll get freaking jumped by bombarded. Like you can't walk out in the street if you're that famous. No. It's kind of like what you sign up for, which is like a shitty part of fame, but. Yeah, it probably feels super isolating having no one really know exactly who you are or what you're going through, and you can't really...
All they see is who is on stage, but not the person behind it.
Right. Yeah, they're obsessed with the fame and the personality that is on stage, but
not the real person.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They probably know a little bit about them, but, you know...
I mean, they seem to be kind of an open book, because they do talk to their fans online. Yeah. You know, and they're pretty open and stuff, but still, it's not like...
It's not real, like a family or a friend.
Yeah, like a family. Really knows you. Right. You got your friends that you hang out every day and you get to know all their little quirks and, you know, intricacies of being around that person. And that's what makes
them like you.
Right.
Which feels real.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Pain.
See, I gotta fully reveal my true self.
While continuing the conversation of mental health issues, BTS amplified their social commentary on the education system to larger systems like society, consumerism, toxic masculinity, social differences, and injustices.
하나만 죽이는 게 아니야 동감이 계속해 울려 운명의 책임 저 사람 죽고 운영무가 신경이 틈이야.
And of course, songs like Change and Equal Sign may be obvious with their message, but even the most catchy songs with colorful and happy performances may have some kind of social message too. For example, the execution of Go Go is, in my opinion, one of the most rock and roll heavy metal songs I've ever heard. In the live performances, they laugh in your face. They basically do a choreography full of dance trends at the time while wearing
I don't know that I can agree that this would be the most heavy metal song I've ever
Not
heard.
even close, dude. Not even close.
I don't know if she's really listening to heavy metal, because the heavy metal I listen to is nothing like that
No.
whatsoever.
No.
Maybe pop rock.
I mean, the clothes is whatever, but the way they're singing and the instruments and stuff is not even close to heavy
No.
metal.
No.
Nothing even remotely resembles heavy metal with what they're singing. I mean, their lyrics are hard and stuff, but
Well,
yeah.
this particular song is the one I'm talking about, not BTS as a whole, but this one song that she's referring
it
to.
is kind of weird that she's saying this is the heaviest shit she's ever heard.
Like, does she ever listen to actual heavy metal?
Which is
like
weird because
real
she
heavy
had
metal?
Korn and like all
I
these
know.
other bands on there. That makes no sense at all.
Yeah,
But whatever, that's her opinion.
I guess she's entitled to it.
expensive trendy outfits. The chorus is extremely catchy with a lot of popular phrases that young people like to repeat. But what they're singing is a protest on consumeristic materialism, and what they're doing is making fun of careless spending, especially when young people spend all their money on useless trends just to fit in. Even Boy With Love, that song that got me into BTS, was commentary on themselves from the past. Boy With Love is some kind of growth from their previous single, Boy In Love. The extreme pink and bubblegum pop work as a response to toxic masculinity and gender roles. They sing that someone's true strength doesn't come from big luxury. It comes from finding joy in the smallest things in life. At the same time, this feminine and even glamorous aesthetic complements the psychological idea of a persona, which they explore on their album chapters Map of the Soul based on Jungian psychology. Just like this, BTS implements psychological concepts, classical fiction, and social movements in every single album.
Is that when they were saying all their names?
Yeah, they're saying all their names in the BTS at the end.
Did they do that at every
I think
concert?
of BTS as ROCKSTARS
Probably.
because they created a fandom with a strong sense of community. While the rock and metal scenes have served as the vehicle for multiple subcultures, such as the goth, punk, and emo subcultures, BTS has created a significant shift in fandom culture. Just like with rock and metal genres, BTS's socially conscious music has inspired their fandom army to work more as a movement than a fandom. Of course, the sense of being part of something bigger, along with other people who enjoy the same thing as you, creates a strong community. But ARMY also bond over their mission of breaking the fangirl stereotype by paying attention to social issues and taking action. I already made a video explaining how ARMY's unique story has changed fandom culture, but in general, it has to do with the way ARMY normalized within the fandom privacy, respect, security, and generosity. If you are skeptical of what I'm saying, please watch the video. The BTS ARMY is some kind of movement in pop culture. If there's a social issue, ARMY organizes themselves to follow BTS's steps. If it becomes public that BTS donated to a certain organization, ARMY matches their donation. If BTS cancels their
Pretty
tour
impressive.
because of the COVID pandemic, ARMY donates their ticket refunds to pandemic relief organizations.
That's
If BTS tickets get sold out faster than ever, ARMY donates their ticket money to organizations helping the victims of a current disaster. Charity and different initiatives happen all the time in the ARMY community. I'm not saying that extreme performances, lyrics that matter, or social commentary are exclusive to rock music and BTS. Of course, some of these factors are also common in other genres. But my point in making this video is that I, as a rock fan, got interested in BTS and became a fan, something I never thought would happen. The same way, fans of many other genres got interested in BTS and became fans because the BTS members are extremely versatile artists. So while I see them as rock stars, fans of other genres genres may associate BTS with characteristic traits of their favorite music genre. Their rock characteristics are my favorite and what I appreciate the most in them. But a hip-hop fan may think that their deep appreciation and ability at rap is what makes them special. A fan of pop music may think that their ability to make their songs sound fresh and modern is what makes them special. A fan of dance may think that it's their polished choreography what really makes them special. And an R&B or jazz fan may think that their musical complexity and ability to interpret emotions on stage is what really makes them special. Whatever it is, Suga was right when he said that you like BTS music if you listen without prejudice.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Hit it again.
Yeah, really good, man.
So what did you learn?
Man, they cross so many genres. Like she said, she's a rock heavy metal fan, kind of like us, same thing. And it's just amazing like how many different genres they go through, different styles of music, and touch so many different people in different genres.
Yeah.
So like typical pop bands, you're gonna have people who like pop music, and that's kind of what they stick with.
Yeah.
Seems like with this, they're able to touch like the rap community, even people that are in pop, obviously, and then rock and heavy metal, and then just it goes on and on. Yeah, it encompasses all these different genres, which is impressive.
And you know what's crazy is when you look at the numbers of how much bigger they are than every other band in the industry.
It's incredible.
It's
man.
like, dude, the stats are like mind-blowing because they can literally do every single genre that is known to man right now and do it so well with so much emotion behind everything they do and make it feel real and connect with the crowd.
Yeah, in one of our previous videos, we were actually looking through some of the stats, and it was just mind-blowing when you look at the charts, like how far ahead they are.
It was on the last why BTS Army doesn't like to be called
that's
K-pop.
right.
It was on that video
Yeah.
that I learned those stats, and I was like, Jesus,
Yeah,
dude,
it was so impressive.
Bro, but that makes more sense now because they're so versatile. They can hit so many genres, but they don't just do that though. They do all the genres, plus they come over to the USA and collab with our artists as well.
Yeah.
Which then branches them out into those crowds, and then those crowds
And
get
it just
hooked on-
continues to grow and grow and
Dude,
grow
it's like
around the world.
a snowball effect for them. Also, what I learned is how much they donate to charity, which is like
That is impressive.
crazy because it's not just BTS doing it; it's the whole entire army that like
Yeah,
watches
they
what
try
they
to
do.
match them.
They try to match them, yeah, which is freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's
dude.
incredible.
We need more bands like that.
Yeah, you really don't hear that much. I mean, like in the US, you have so many bands and even just single artists that are just so incredibly wealthy, but just don't really give back.
No, or if they do give back, it's not as like genuine as you would think. It's more to like get a tax write-off, or it's
for
more
popularity. You know,
popularity.
it's like a media stunt they do to try to get media.
It's political.
Coverage. Yeah, exactly.
That's all it is, and it seems like the army is
they're
actually
genuine.
really donating, and
It's genuine.
Yeah, so I don't know. I have a ton of respect for BTS, man. I think they're freaking awesome. They're like saints to the world right now, basically.
I agree, man.
So I hope the industry produces more bands like BTS that can help people in need and touch people in all different genres.
I don't think there'll ever be another band exactly like BTS, but hopefully other upcoming bands will at least try to mimic what they do,
I would
as
hope
far
so.
as, how they take care of the public, they take care of, their fandom, their base,
Yeah.
and connect with them.
I think a big thing too is they take care of each other, which keeps them
Like
on
brothers.
like a nice playing field, keeping their mental health up the whole entire
Exactly.
time. Because if you can keep yourself up, then you can help other people.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, but that was freaking awesome, man. We'll have to keep doing more Boris City. This person knows what they're doing. Dude.
Yeah,
They have so
that
much
was
good
really
info.
good. I like that one.
Yeah, shout out to Boris City. This girl is amazing. Also, guys, if you could, we want to start going live every single Monday. So if you could jump over to our GoFundMe link right above and just donate $1, just $1 to get us a new computer, new microphones, and new lighting. We can start going live every single Monday. Our computer right now can't handle it, so we're stuck with just doing like long forms right now, but it would be fun to be able to interact with you guys on a live every single Monday. and learn more.
Right now, we kind of communicate through the comments quite a bit.
Yeah.
But it'd be fun to be able to do it live and actually talk and communicate in real time with them as we're watching these videos.
I know, that's what I was really excited about. So when the computer didn't work, I was like,
know.
damn.
Yeah, sorry guys, it's just a super old, slow computer. It was crashing on us, and there's just no way we can do lives with the equipment that we have. So we're really in desperate need trying to upgrade the equipment so that we can do this for you guys.
It's all good. We'll get there. We know you guys will help out eventually.
Absolutely.
Also, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification for more. And if you guys would, jump over to Patreon as well and go vote for the songs for the following week. It would be much appreciated. Link in the description, as well as our GoFundMe link is in the description as well. Guys, again, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.